The European, the colonialists, all of this stuff. Is that? Oh, and I see you have up the Washington stuff too.
Yeah,
The
I want
bottom line, more all of that stuff. I mean, I studied the Washington. I know Empress Vertice's son, brother Joe Washington. I was affiliated with that stuff at one point in time. I never filed paperwork, but because I'm from Louisiana, I was fascinated with the indigenous history of the Moors here. But then, I really realized what these people were and are into, and brother Joe, who's took over from the Empress because she passed 4 years ago, he himself right now is trying to disavow and disassociate himself from some of this stuff that, even his mother. So, with that more, I'm gonna stand down.
Okay, Islam. I want to read this because I'm telling you, whether my brothers that subscribe to this believe it or not, I am trying to do the best I can to give them a fair and balanced idea of what they're up against. I invite anybody to come to the show and have a dialogue. Long as we don't get into the cussing as if we in high school and talking crazy. These brothers have not presented any information. From the first time that Kudjo called in, all I asked was, what has he done? He has yet to answer that question. We have a lot of name calling. We have a lot of agent throwing around and all that, but he has yet to answer that question. Now, with that being said, I want people to look at this and ask yourself, is this worth it? Let's read about Gavin Long. It says, this is July 20, 2016. Gavin Long, who killed 3 police officers and wounded 3 others in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on Sunday, had alleged ties to the Washita Nation, a sovereign citizen group with members in New Jersey who have engaged in nonviolent activity. Members of the Washita Nation claim indigenous heritage predating the founding of the United States, and they assert that their status as non-citizen residents immune from U.S. laws. The Washita, sometimes spelled Washita, are a branch of Moorish sovereign citizens, the fastest growing segment movement in recent years. Now ask me, do you think it's really okay to kill anybody when the prophet said that a Moorish American is one whose thoughts, words, and deeds and hands do not harm anybody? Do you think it's okay to kill anybody and then claim that you're not a citizen or resident and you're immune to U.S. laws? Let's go on down. New Jersey has an active Moorish sovereign citizen community that includes Washita Nation members committing opportunistic crimes such as squatting or participating in property occupation scams and financial fraud. During a traffic stop, here we go, during a traffic stop in Princeton in May 2015, an individual with an expired registration claimed affiliation with the Washita Far East indigenous people. In 2014, self-proclaimed Crown Prince Emperor RvBey, Big Bay, Bagby, whatever, of the Washita Native American tribe was charged with using fake diplomatic tags and driving without a license in New Jersey. I want people to know that that stuff is not Moorish science. Is it worth your life? Is it worth the conflict? Is it worth the foolishness? Why would you even attempt to put yourself in harm's way? Why would you gamble with your life? Why would you even gamble with your freedom? Heck, why would you waste your time? As we see in this story, we see, again, someone who broke the law trying to circumvent the law. Most times, they're a dope dealer trying to circumvent the law. You can't prosecute me, but has anyone ever stopped to ask the question, did you do what you're being prosecuted for? Has anyone ever stopped to ask the question, was this person really breaking the traffic laws, traffic laws? Was this person really in the right or the wrong? Do we even care about accountability anymore? Do we even care about accountability anymore? What are we teaching our children every time we try to circumvent being accountable? See, this is the real world. Because all of this stuff seems to me that we're trying to circumvent something. We don't want to be responsible. We don't want to look at our little son and say, hey, little T. Johnson Bey, listen, when you get 16 or 15 and 9 months, I'm going to take you to driving school. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to help you to get your driver's license. We don't want to do that. We want to say, hey, we're going to RvBey Productions, and I'm going to get you a right to travel card. In actuality, I'm going to get you some of these books and some of these pamphlets, and you're going to learn civics. Because in order to drive, you're going to need a law degree. But we're not going to send you to law school. What we're going to do is we're going to send you to RvBey Productions. Because in order to drive your conveyance, you're going to need to know law. When you walk the streets, you're going to need a law degree. But we're not going to send you to law school, little T. Johnson Bey. No, 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 no. For what? That's the colonist school. We're going to send you to RvBey Productions. You know, they've been around for 20 years, you know, and they have an online college. You know, it's an online college. And you're going to get yourself a college ID, and you're going to... Where in the heck is this school accredited at? This is ridiculous, man. This is a sham, and this is crazy. People, we have to wake up. Come on with me, Brother Ali.
Last show in New Jersey, the driver's license is only $24, man. They selling this right to travel card that is going to get you locked up for $50. Just go and get the driver's license. It's cheaper.
And traffic laws.
It's cheaper. Like, what the heck, man? And yo, look. In terms of a conveyance, right? I think I said this on the last show, but why not reiterate it since you mentioned it? I say your conveyance has a name. The name is automobile or car. The industry as a vehicle, by the states as a motor vehicle, and by the United States Department of Transportation under Title 49 of the United States Codes as a motor vehicle. So they can call it a conveyance all they want. Automotive industry makes automobiles that they classify as motor vehicles. I don't know what they think they're doing. They're not fooling anybody.
It's silly. It's so silly that we are trying to. This is why we're not even addressing this no more. If I put up a video, I'm just going to put up a video to educate people. Man, you can call me the agent. You can call me what you want. But this is going to be the first time that an agent is going to ignore you. This is going to be the first time in history. The first that counter intel is going to ignore you. If I'm counter intel, trust me, I'm going to ignore you. And you might even make up something, say, yeah, he's not really ignoring me because his handler told him to stand down, and he's probably in back of my museum. So he's probably in back of my museum putting up cameras back there. Come on, man. Stop playing all the time, man. Y'all know this stuff ain't real. This guy's in Canada talking about the America, United States business. However you choose to call it, I'm not going to debate whether Canada. This is my thing is, why would I debate with somebody if Canada are part of the USA? If I do that, I am just as slow as the one who's saying this. You know, that's just like me arguing with somebody with a mental illness. I get on the city bus, and the guy with the mental illness said to me, "RvBey, let me tell you, I don't like your show." And I say, "Well, brother, it's gonna be okay. I'll do better next time." "No, I don't like your show, RvBey. Your show's stupid." And now I'm gonna just move on because I can't argue with him. He don't understand. He doesn't get it. That's like me arguing with the brother who's telling me that Canada is a part of the USA. I'm not arguing with you. This is the last ride. Take me to your master. Take me to your man, Taj Tariq Bey, because he got a little bit more sense. you know. And with that being said, shout out to my brother RvBey. I love you, brother. I respect you. I respect you because you know, and I know that we may have differences, but nevertheless, at the end of the day, we are brothers and we are in this fight together. So guess what? You know that this is going on right now, but you have not once stepped out there to come against your brother, and nor will I come against you, because we are brothers at the end of the day. My other brother, I said the Duke. I know where you stand on some issues, and you know where I stand on some issues. But brother, we have never disrespected each other. We are brothers at the end of the day. You want to get some work done. Sabir want to get some work done. You know, and so with that being said, we're not going to go at each other with this childish stuff that is going on with this. Your mother stink. That's why you got roaches. You are aging. And when do it stop? It's ridiculous. But you won't get no more props out of me getting some views. Lord Abba, come on in, brother. I like this Abba. Abba comes in and shake up the room with a smooth breeze.
Just say, like I said, you must not have listened to any of my prior radio shows, brother.
No, I just told you, brother. I said I'm used to Abba turned up. I'm used to the Abba turned up. That's just what I'm used to. And I'm gonna say I want that Abba, but I like this one too. So I'm going to listen to your radio show.
Oh, that's praise Allah. The more serious it becomes, the more I settle. Let me just say, like Taj Tariq Bey, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, I mean this sincerely, is a coward. He should be the first one on the phone right now with Taharka, whoever his top minions are, or whoever he deems worthy as, you know, his equals in that form of, I don't want to call it scholarship, ideology, that's a better term. I can speak on behalf of Ali Bey and Grimmy Arnell and Ware L, because we build about this stuff. We broke all this stuff down. And if somebody calls my name, I'm right there. Get it in. I don't understand why Taj Tariq Bey has not come out as of yet and addressed these claims. The last thing I heard from Taj, which was a repeat of something that I heard on Sabir Bey's show, you know, honest to you, brother, Taharka Bey, because you have a little bit more tolerance for brothers like Sabir, and I say I do not. I guess that's the Abba you're talking about. But, you know, see Taj speak about, like Sabir Bey's show, that we work for Rome, the Jesuits, and all of these different things. This is his comeback single time to the rebuttals that we are making against the information that he has been presenting for years now. One video he says he wants the whole system to crash. Misquoting him, but I'm about at least 98% accurate. Or he wants to bring the whole system down. That's anarchy. That's nihilism, basically. You know, you don't believe in religion, which means you don't believe in Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Taj Tariq Bey teaches that true religion is understanding the stars, meaning that in order for us to gain a true sense of religion, we have to understand astrology, something that he got from his teacher, C.M. Bey. While the Moorish science teaches us that it was not religion to remind you of your infirmities or your weaknesses. You know, understand why this man who has been teaching for 20 years, I mean, I've heard about him about a good 7 years ago. So I'm going to go back 7 years, a person that I've heard for the past 7 years not come out and stand up to the Moorish Science Temple of America, two Ali's men who are members of the Moorish Science Temple of America as well, who are in collaboration debunking the very information that this man has been speaking about. You know, he has been saying that the Moorish Science Temple of America has been infiltrated in almost all of his lectures. So when I ask people the question, why aren't you a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America? One of the things that they bring up is what they heard, you know, one of the sound bites from Taj. Oh, the MSTFA is infiltrated. So my body is the temple. And I want to give a pardon to Brother Bolden Bey. I misread one of his statements because somebody was typing the same type of stuff on one of my threads at the same time, speaking in regards of the body being a temple. So in the doctrine of fallacies, this is called tainting the pool. So you taint the pool so that people won't join the Moorish Science Temple of America, and they follow behind a Pied Piper, sounding a rhetorician, if you will, a person that uses rhetoric to sway people. And as the prophet said it leads them nowhere but down. So, you know, I just wanted to close out my statement with saying that Taj Tariq Bey is a coward. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful, bravado fight sense of the word, but where are you like this to defend your claims? Though with Sabir or your Ras Mariah, and then call us agents that work for the Pope of Rome and the North Gate. Don't do that. Just come on a show like this, set up a show, get on the show with Tahaka in Moorish World TV. I would be honored to come back and you know, dance with Brother Taj and whoever he brings, Brother RvBey, Brother Grimmy Arnell. I mean, any one of us can easily dismantle, anybody in Ali's men, easily dismantle Taj Tariq Bey, easily. Our message, man. Taj, you're a coward. Peace.
Peace. Tahaka Bey. Yeah, well, you know, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree that's exactly what's going on, man. Because even the video that these guys composed with pieces of Taj, the only thing he was doing was talking about, you know, brothers was black shields, brothers were part of some with COINTELPRO operatives and part of some kind of mind control game, and we're playing civil rights games with the people. I thought that was really funny, playing civil rights games with the people and social engineering and, you know, all kind of stuff like that. So my thing is, like I said in the beginning, that one little note caused all of this stir. But you know, I mean, I mean, look, they put our names on the front page of their website, so it's like, you know, obviously it got up under their skin. And like I was telling Brother Sharif, I'm like, that note wasn't even no real, like, it wasn't no real deep thing, you know, not no real in-depth thing. It just obviously it dug up under their skin enough where it caused all of this problem. But even with that, no one has yet to academically refute what was actually said, the substance of the note. No one has refuted it. They've called names. They threatened. You know, that's the, you know, pretty much since that last show. I told y'all today, pretty much since that last show, I've pretty much woken up to a different threat from a different person every morning. what they want to do, and they want to come see me, and you know all of these threats, man. So I'm like, well, where's the academic responses? Where the academic responses? And the ones that are trying it on Facebook are getting stepped on very easily. Like, you know, they don't understand that we've already contemplated everything that they're going to say, because we used to say those things too.
That's right.
That's the thing that they don't understand, is that we used to say these things as well. So it's what they're saying is not new, and that they can throw at us that we don't know anything about. It's like all of the stuff that they're saying, we already know it, because we was propagating that same stuff. So as we grew and the knowledge with us grew, We come into a different mindset. We're in a whole different headspace. We know what they're going to say. They just don't understand where we're coming from. That's the difference. We know exactly where they're coming from with that stuff, but they have no clue where we're coming from because we done went and got education. That's one of the things they're against. They're against education. So you start talking about going to school, oh, that's the white man's school, you know, it's the Canaanland school. Yo, that's the other thing you left out. Our law professors, they don't believe that law professors know the law.
Right.
Nobody knows the law except them.
Except them. That's right. I just wanted to add to that too because you know, Brother L made some interesting points in that regard about how they're always talking about the Moorish Science Temple of America is infiltrated by these agents, and this one's an agent. Man, if you say somebody agent, call some damn names. You know, excuse my language. I apologize, but call some names. Who's the agent? Who's the agent? Is it Bay L, Braswell Bay, Brother R. Jones Bay? Who's the agents? Is it? I mean, call some names. Who is these agents running these temples? And you know, it's almost hypocritical because you know I was talking to RvBey about you know one of the things that they did when they was calling us black shields, and RvBey, and L, y'all correct me if y'all want. And I'm gonna call some other names out, you know. But when they was talking that, they made the insinuation about the brothers in Philly. So what I'm assuming they talking about is Azim Hopkins Bey, probably man one of the most. I mean, you find anybody hard pressed to say anything bad about this brother. You could say Grimion L is a jerk, whatever. RvBey is this. L be biting people's heads off, or Sharif Bey be kicking the hell out of people, and you ain't gonna find nobody that's gonna talk about anything about Azim Hopkins Bey. I take that personal. I take that personal, and the thing about it, get back on track to this. The thing about it is that they call and insinuate, you know, the brothers from what they call a quote unquote Inc. or whatever, or these agents and stuff like that. You know, my whole thing is that according to my understanding, I wasn't there. Moorish trek, except for the exception of this year, because he knew that Ali was in effect, and brothers like Sharif was there, and other brothers was waiting to have a nice full conversation about this whole issue. He didn't show up. But as far as I know, that brother and all of them people in that clique always go to Temple 11 Moorish trek. They go turn around and make an insinuation about this man being an agent. Personal. Every time I think about it, you know, I'm saying I can't even breathe when I say it. You know, for this dude talking about this brother and these people being agents. And the thing is that the thing about it is they talk bad about the Moorish Science Temple of America, but they append themselves to the Moorish Science Temple of America, obedient for them. And that's why I say they use the Prophet Noble Drew Ali name to shield their law religion. You know, and it's just upsetting, you know, that this stuff has been allowed to fester, you know, so long in that regard. But you know, the brother go to the Moorish trek. These brothers append themselves to the temple when it's necessary. You could even go to publications, and there's some book on there, Administrative Procedure, Moorish Science Temple of America. This, I guess, is books showing people how to open up MSTAs and stuff. So it's convenient for them, you know, books, or where they can try to legitimize themselves by connecting themselves to the movement.
And you know what I want to say too, man, being that I just mentioned the whole civil rights games thing that he said we was playing. It's very interesting that they rail against civil rights the way that they do. They rail against civil rights, but you know, over the years, he's been talking about telling people to file Title 18, Section 242 claims. You got to do these Title 18 claims. You got to do these Title 18, Sections 242 of these deprivation of rights laws are laws that are civil rights laws based on the 14th Amendment. Those laws stem from the 14th Amendment, the very amendment that they rail against, and the civil rights that are protected, you know, coming from that particular amendment. He's telling people to file Title 18 claims. They got to file Title 18 claims, but at the same time, we're playing civil rights games. But he's railing against the 14th Amendment, railing against civil rights and so forth, and telling people to file Title 18 claims. This Title 18 stems directly from the 14th Amendment.
Hey, brother RvBey and brother Gribby out here. I've been telling you, I've been trying to hold y'all up for a second. I had a brother on the phone. My mic was off, and y'all was building, and I kept saying, "Okay, let me get this brother." I thought y'all was ignoring me.
Oh, bad.
Right.
Anyway,
What do you want?
my brother, introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are, and let's have a conversation real quick as we wrap this up.
Yes, Islam. My name is RvBey out of North Carolina and Northwest New Mexico.
All right, my brother.
I'm calling in as a subscriber at Moorish World TV.
Yes, sir.
And I want to put it on the record that I am a student of RvBey Publications. And from my point of view, I don't intend giving up any nationality cards or any right to travel or any parts of that demonstration. And my question is...
No, hold up. I want you to clarify what you're saying. You don't intend to give up. What do you mean by that?
What I'm saying is, I'm speaking for the people as far as RvBey Publications, and I'm sure a whole bunch of other people around the country feel the same way, that we trust that website.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And not only that, we agree with that demonstration. So my question to Moorish World TV is, how do we fit into what y'all doing? You know what I'm saying?
Brother.
And what exactly is the intention on what y'all saying? Because, like I said,
I want to answer one question at a time, but I'm gonna answer every question, but I don't want to go from question to question to question. So can I answer the first, and you hold tight real quick?
Right.
So first of all, the intentions of Moorish World TV is to bring forth a unifying thought as it relates to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. That was the intention, and the intentions of Moorish World TV was to defend the Prophet Noble Drew Ali against whomever, whether it was from within or without. Now, with that being said, when we talk about RvBey Publications, they have the right to travel card. We're saying that is going to cause problems. Why do we say it's going to cause problems? My brother, be honest with me, because you asked me a question. If your 15, 14-year-old son was ready to drive and you felt that they was ready to drive, would you give them that card and send them on the road? With instructions on how to use it?
It depends on where he's at.
I didn't ask you that, my brother. It can't be depends, because we're talking about universal. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a universal prophet. If we break down his lessons in Chinese, it'll work for Chinese people. So it should not depend where it's at. If it's factual, it should work all the time, everywhere, universally. And it should work for children, adults alike. So if it's going to endanger somebody in even the mildest form, that's a problem. Wouldn't you agree?
Okay, so because we're talking about the travel card.
No. I'm asking a question, brother. I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to listen to you. If something endangers somebody in the mildest form, wouldn't you agree that could be a problem?
It could be, yeah.
All right, now come on with it.
Okay, what I'm calling in for is not necessarily to debate ideology. Is to ask you, where do Moors that are with RvBey Publications and who look up to these people and trust their information, where do we fit in you all's demonstration?
Brother, where we fit, hold up, Ali, let me handle it. Where you fit in this is this. We have to start, building. It's okay to teach about civics, of your understanding. It's okay to teach about certain things of your understanding. The problem is when people are put into danger, people's freedom are taken, people are taken from their family. So where you fit in with a more like me is trying to build something that we can leave for future generations. That's where we fit in at. So if I tell you, I say, Brother T-Bey, in Baltimore, I'm going to start the model. I'm going to put up a GoFundMe, and whoever has skills from around the country, I would like them to bring their skill maybe one weekend. Send your money, and we start one house at a time. We put a school. We have the credentials to put a real legitimate school. We put a daycare. We have the people. We get the whole block, and we begin to do what the Prophet Noble Ali said. Do you want your own sheriff? Do you want your own this? Do you want your own that? And begin to build. RvBey Publications, they've been around for a little while. Taj been around even longer. Nobody has lifted a thumb to put a brick down and put mortar on it. So my thing is, if where you fit in with a brother like me and those on this panel, we want to get together and build something for your children's children as well as my children's children. Just as well, real quick, and I'm gonna let you go. Just as well as you have children. Real quick, I say real quick before I go, I'm gonna let you go. Just as well as you have children of Italian descent, they can go into Little Italy in America. Just as well as you have children of Greek descent, they can go to Greektown in any city, Chinatown in any city. When are we going to say, okay, what you're saying is fine, but now you have to put some rubber to the road, some mortar on the brick, and we need to build something? When do you tell your teachers and leaders that? That's not a question, it's rhetorical, but come on, my brother.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, how are we going to unite when you all are calling the people that we trust cowards and all this? Like, how are we going to unite?
Listen,
not doing it.
I never called anybody no coward, brother. Maybe somebody on the panel have, but not me.
Can I ask that brother a question?
Sure.
I understand how that's going to help us build.
I agree, brother. I agree.
I follow the information.
I got you, my brother. But let me ask you a question. Hold up, Abba. Let me ask you a question, my brother. If I'm telling you that this information was founded on the lessons of Taj Tariq, and he has been peddling this information for a while, and you trust the information. Matter of fact, I think Taj is a sharp brother. I just don't agree with everything. There's some points I think the brother is real sharp on. I just don't agree with everything. However, if we saying that, listen, what you have said, and I have proof to what you have said, has put people in danger, would it be only right that you answer up to somebody? Don't you? I mean, just have, not to me. You don't got to answer to me, but do something. A press release. Do something. Instead of answering any of these questions. So what the brother is saying is that it's cowardice because he has never answered up. Whether he is or not is not the case, but I do understand where he's coming from. You would understand that too, my brother. Come on.
Right, but what I'm saying is I'm not here to defend Taj or anything. Well, I'm here to unite. What I'm saying is this: if he's a chosen leader out of many, and we're trying to unite, how are we going to unite like this?
What I'm saying is, who chose him though? You chose him for you. And you got thousands or possibly hundreds of thousands that chose him too. But what are they organizing towards, family?
What I'm saying, if he's chosen, then he got to be respected as such.
What is he organizing?
Right.
A leader has to be organizing towards something. What is he organizing to, my brother?
If he's giving people literature changes their minds. beings and changes their actions, which changes their destiny.
Brother, did you hear the sister Corinne? The sister Corinne, she actually said identical what Taj said when the police pulled her over. Did you see that? Does he have any culpability in that?
Okay, but I'm saying, okay.
So you're talking about giving literature. So whether she met Taj or not, she repeated word for word what he said. And that's his doctrine. Whether she got it from 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th, that's his doctrine. So it doesn't matter if he's giving literature. Look at the casualties.
But I'm not here to debate that.
But no, you're saying that he's a leader, though. And if he's a leader is taking you somewhere. Where is he taking you?
Where is he leading you?
What I'm saying is this: if I'm trying to unite with y'all,
brother, you welcome.
Grand Sheik,
you welcome, brother.
You got a Grand Sheik. How am I going to unite with you by calling your Grand Sheik a coward?
Brother,
that's
listen.
Not gonna happen. That's not progressive.
How is he your Grand Sheik, or you have made him? Have you implanted him your Grand Sheik? Who has made him a Grand Sheik? Do you know the process of how you become a Grand Sheik?
There's people all over that follows him.
So respond. I would let Brother Wade L respond and go ahead and clarify his statement, because Brother Wade L made the statement about him being a coward.
Absolutely. Wade L coming in.
It's slow.
Listen, real quick, brother. Do you know? Have you ever been into an authentic, real, whatever you may call it, Moorish Science Temple of America? That's a yes or no question. A Moorish Science Temple, a lawfully charted Moorish Science Temple of America, dating back from 1929.
Yes.
Okay, do you know how a Grand Sheik? Huh?
Do I know anybody in the temple?
No. Have you ever been a member or attended a temple that's dated back to 1929, regardless of what portion?
No, I never been.
So.
I have been inside temples, and I have been on phone lines with different temples.
This is what I'm telling you. That's where the flaw lies. That's where it lies. You don't know, and this is no shot at you. You don't know the protocol of how temples operate. So of course you'll say he's your Grand Sheik. Nobody made him a Grand Sheik, brother.
I never said he was my Grand Sheik. What I'm saying is, whatever people all over the country.
Yeah, he did just say that, though.
They consider him as that. So what I'm saying is, just like you doing work, and you got people behind you, so I gotta respect that.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. I was commissioned.
Regardless of how I feel about your demonstration, you got people in the temple that's behind you. You got people in Baltimore that's behind you. I gotta respect that.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not disrespecting Taj. What I'm saying is that his information, specifically his information, not the brother, his information has caused casualties, family. You can't get around that.
So when Martin Luther King was doing his demonstration, it was casualties.
Oh, come on. You can't compare him to Martin Luther King. Brother Wade Hill got something he wants to say to you. Come on, brother.
Yeah, it's because all of that was just a bunch of diversion. And my question to this brother is, do you understand why the Department of Motor Vehicle asks people to study the manual, the driver's manual, take a written test, and then take a driver's test, a road test? Do you understand why the DMV does that?
That's my man. Alvin, you my man. This is common sense.
Did he hang up, or is he still there?
I'm still here.
Did you hear what the brother said? I'm laughing, brother. I'm not being goofy or silly. I'm actually laughing due to the fact is that he's asking you, do you understand why the DMV require people to take a written test and road test? Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand that.
What is it? What do you think the reason is? Explain it.
Is the reason why.
Why do they have you do that?
Well, it's supposed to be for public safety and all that.
So you think it's okay without doing that to get something off RvBey publication and hit the road?
Wait, Arthur. Wait.
Come on, Albert.
Think about what you asked the brother about giving his 16-year-old son this travel card from RvBey publication. You're not giving the young man any road skill. You're not giving him any instruction, because it is running the driver, not having a driver's license is against the law. So to not have a driver's license, you may feel that you don't have to stop at a red light, stop at a stop sign. You don't have to yield for pedestrians, and all of the things that entails public safety when driving a vehicle that can weigh up to a ton. I don't think that these people put in the required thinking, the requirements. And all of us, I know, let me not speak for everybody, many of us come through this particular information, but as you start to ask yourself these questions, well, what would happen if I got into an accident and I killed somebody? I would be charged with vehicular homicide for wanting to be an anarchist and a scofflaw. And if you admit that the reason why you take the written test and the road test is for public safety, then you understand why you have to have a driver's license. You have to qualify yourself. Just
I'm not arguing the position. What I'm saying is the people who follow RvBey publications.
But why would you follow something like that? Why would let's get to the meat of it now, brother. Why would you follow something like that if it's unsafe, brother? Because obviously you don't get it.
Compromising that position. So what I'm saying is,
why would you support something unsafe, brother?
What I'm saying is you all are beating a dead horse. Because
I'm asking you, brother.
How can we unite?
Brother, I just told you we need to get together and build something. Would you support me?
Well, let's do that, because we're not compromising the right to travel. We're not compromising that position.
Well, right, go ahead and right to travel then. What I'm saying is, you're not making sense. You just told me it was unsafe.
Oh man.
Can I say something, brother? He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand that.
That's insane. You telling, brother, you are telling me something is unsafe, but you're going to continue to do it.
He doesn't understand that the right to travel does not include driving a car.
Brother, you don't understand anything, Ali Bey. How in the heck is you going to tell me that something is unsafe, but you're going to continue to do it? That's,
it could be unsafe.
Well, could be is enough for me. Why would you continue to do it?
Next caller. Next caller.
Depending on how you utilize it, it can be safe.
With your child, it can be safe, brother. Brother.
Can I?
No disrespect. I love you, fam. But you've been drinking that Kool-Aid, brother. You've been drinking that Kool-Aid, brother. That's that Kool-Aid I'm talking about. When you justify something that's wrong.
We're not compromising that position. Y'all not compromising y'all, so how can we move forward?
Brother, my position is safe. Tell me where if my position is not safe.
So y'all want to unite with us?
I already told you we can unite and build something. But I'm asking you.
What we keep talking about disagreements for?
Brother, tell me where my position is unsafe. You can't tell me, brother.
Next call.
I'm not here to argue that. That's not what I'm arguing.
Brother, you are telling me that something is unsafe, but you're going to continue to do it.
I said it could be.
If it could, if I asked my son, if I said to my son, man, why would you do that? Do you think that's safe? He says could be. I'm going to tell him, boy, you better not do that no more. Because it has the potential. Brother, I got to let you go. I got another caller. Peace and love, family. We can unite and build something. Peace and love. I'm sorry. I apologize if I raise my voice. I don't mean no harm. I love you, family. And hopefully, inshallah, we can build something together. Peace and love. But anyway, I don't mean to get so worked up. I don't mean to get so worked up. But common sense should not come at a price of somebody getting hurt. Anyway, Islam, peace and love. Who am I speaking with? Tell the people who you are. Islam, brother. What you got to share for us tonight, brother?
What I got to say is that really we need to come together, really start building some stuff. And really come together and build some stuff instead of playing these games out here. I see a lot of games being played out here. Just because people deal with law don't mean, you can't come together and build stuff. It's up to the private, it's up to the public that we have to deal with as being Moors. And Moors actually have to understand the difference between public and private.
Moor, listen, that has never been my argument. See, people made that my argument. That has never been my argument.
No. Hey, look, I'm not one of the Moors that, coming on with that problem. I'm just saying, stay for the record, that's the position that we should be taking.
My argument is this, brother. For 20 years, we've been selling these, or I'm not going to say we, but these pamphlets has been sold. For 20 years, we've been going on a world tour. For over 20 years, nobody lift a brick. Nobody lift a piece of mortar. Nobody did nothing. So I come on the scene and I'm saying, I'm the third and fourth generation of prophet talking about. What the heck is going on? If something puts somebody in danger, we should not do it, is my point.
Okay, no. And I understand it because what I seen was she didn't deal with that the right way. The proper way was to deal with that was deal with it in the private, not in the public.
Brother, you can't deal with when somebody comes at you in public and you ignore it for 4 or 5 times, then at some point you're going to have to address it in public because now your name is being thrown through the mud.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about Taj. The information that he gives, he's not going through the right steps to give out this information.
Oh, okay, I follow you, family. I follow you, yeah.
So yeah, it's proper steps that people should be going through. So people actually should be going through civics. I understand y'all got the Holy Quran that you guys going through, but actually it's a combination when you're dealing with Moors because we can't be 13 Amendment citizens. We can't be, and we never can be a part of this corporation. I don't know who's selling that illusion.
Listen to me.
Look, Moor.
I don't want to get into that argument because it's another argument.
I know, but we got to do it, man. We got to do it.
Okay, hold on. All right, listen. All right,
Check this out.
I'm going to say this for a second.
You can bring Sheik. You got to bring Sheik Way or whoever else you got on here because. Listen
to me, brother. I know what you came in for, and you're gonna get what you asked for. So we're gonna entertain it for a minute, and we're gonna do it in love. You follow me, brother? And we'll do it in love.
So.
No, that's
not what I came for.
Brother, you just jumped out the window like you can get Sheik Way. Come on, bro. It's okay. I love you, brother. It's okay. I like a fighter. Don't back down now. I like a fighter. Yeah, no problem. Let's just not do like let's just not do like them Canaanland brothers like to do and call names. Let's just deal with facts. You follow me, family?
Yeah, I hear you, but to stick on topic though,
I agree, family. I agree. Brother, I agree. I don't mind talking about hot topics.
Okay.
Right. So look. My thing. Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir. Can you hear the brother?
Yeah.
Islam family.
Islam.
This is what I want to say, brother Tarka. There's nothing I can do with that, brother. Brothers think this brother and the brother before that talk about how we can work together. There's nothing I can do with him. Or them. Let me tell you why. Not because I don't want unity, right? I don't want unity, but he said, come on, let's get together and quote unquote build something. Let me tell you why it can't happen. I own RvBey Inc., right? RvBey Inc. So you know what I'm gonna do? To the city hall, my permits, I'm gonna file for my license. For whatever requirements I need according to the law, right? To operate that business. Believe in that. They believe in spooky allodial titles and all of this garbage that they. So how am I gonna do something with them and I'm a law-abiding citizen and they not? Whether they knowingly or unknowingly are reading Taj Tariq information.
Islam, you there, fam? Family hung up the phone.
Yo, that's real talk. I mean,
Right.
yo,
Right.
like Elijah Muhammad said, you got to build with those people of like mind. You can't think that
Right.
just because we look alike or something that we're going to how that works. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Look, I was a Grand Sheik. Let me tell you something. I was a Grand Sheik temple.
Islam, are you there?
So my whole thing is, I know from with these people, not by default, dealing with these people by fact. Those people are nothing more, and who believe in this ideology, those people are destroyers. The whole thing is that those people coming to Temple 34 when we had Temple 34 and cause division, cause confusion. They had a brother who I was teaching who came into the temple, real good brother, but he was kind of like on some conspiracy theory stuff. I was working with that brother. He had like what we call a Moorish society ball at the time. We was having the annual Moorish society ball. And his brother, I can't remember this brother name, but he with that garbage who live out in Alabama. Little skinny worm is what I'm gonna call him. I'm sorry, brother. I apologize to calling names like that. But my whole thing is the brother from Alabama, came, right? And I let this brother stay in my house, talk to brothers because he was coming into my grandbody. This brother came down from Alabama and poisoned the mind of that brother that I was working up and building that brother up along the way. This brother came down one weekend and went with a ride for that brother and turned that brother all the way around to this spookism. So it's not really nothing. Me personally, I'm not speaking for Ali's men. I'm not speaking for L. I'm not speaking for RvBey. Me personally, is nothing that I can work with them brothers. I call them nationality crumb card snatchers. And the reason I call them that, they send brothers to your temple. And you think you got some brothers and sisters coming in ready to do some work and stuff like that. And basically, what the brother and sister is there to do is get a nationality card so they can take it back and fill it with the sovereign citizen Moor package or the Great Seal package and this, that, and the other. They come get the nationality card, you never see them again. Those people are destroyers, brother, man. So it ain't really nothing that I could do with them. We can't work because we abide by the law. Taking the minds of innocent people, man. Taj them destroyed whole temples. I heard, I'm not, this is hearsay, but I heard they had a whole temple that was under the brother John Gibbons Ale demonstration. They said a brother sent some young brothers in there teaching that Taj stuff, took all the young people out the temple. Not because that stuff was right, but because it was poison. Temple destroyers yet ally themselves with the temple at the same time. So I ain't got nothing to build with me.
Exactly. Well, anyway, my brother,
you're mad at me.
I got somebody on the phone. Who are you, my brother? Let me talk to you. Who are you, my brother? Say who you are, where you from.
Can't hear him.
Hold on, brother. We can't hear you. I don't know what you're working on, but everybody else can. Let me see. Islam, brother. Diggy RvBey, Islam. What's going on, fam?
Islam, fam. I called in to give a balanced perspective. I don't belong to a temple, but most of us listen to Taj. We don't believe in everything, but historically, it's historical information. I used to follow doctrine.
Brother, what kind of phone you on, brother? You real low.
Okay, I used to follow the doctrine of $500 license, but I found I have won a court case and I've lost 2 cases also. You'll get hemmed up with that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't follow that, but I still, I've got a lecture. I'll go there and support the brother or whatnot because it's historical information is accurate. And for the record, you do tell people go to the temple and not to get a card, but to get a actual comprehension of how the temple is ran. You understand? And the brother Sabita, he'll tell you in a minute. Don't take my word. Research stuff yourself.
But
you understand what I mean?
Exactly. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, brother Diggy Ali Bey. This is the problem with a lot of that stuff. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali created the Moorish Science Temple as the foundation of our salvation. Meaning this, don't get spooked out with it. The Moorish Science Temple of America is the building point where our nation should grow out of. Like it or not. Exactly. And that's excellent, brother. And listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Ali Bey. If you have a problem with the temple, you know Moors that are official Moors. Right. Where you can reach out to fix it. You know what happened to me. I won't speak on that. But brother, now we can put this out here, brother. Behind the scenes, what type of brother am I, brother? Oh, you're a good brother. Exactly. We ain't even gonna speak on why. You know what I mean? We're not going to speak on why, because we solving some issues. But what I'm saying is, brother, the problem is a lot of people want to demonize the temple, or they say go to the temple. But you can't say go to the temple one minute and then say the temple has been compromised the next. You can't say go to the temple one minute and then the next minute say it's been infiltrated. I say go to the temple. If something wrong, fix it. We need Taj Tariq in the temple, but he can't bring the stuff with him.
Right.
We need Sabir in the temple, but he can't bring the stuff with him. Yeah, we need these powerful brothers in the temple. This is our nation. We need Kudjo in the temple. We need him. We need, you know, he could be a uniting force of the whole Canada. If he worked on Canada and stopped worrying about the United States. Yeah, I bet he is. And I love the brother too. But imagine the work that he could do in Canada if he wasn't so concentrated across the border.
Right. He has no standing here unless he wants to become a citizen here. If he's not a citizen here, he has no political standing. He's nothing. There's nothing he can do for anybody here, brother, other than talk. That's just the fact. He's a non-factor as it relates to the day-to-day dealings of a citizen of the United States. He's a non-factor.
Brother Diggy Ali Bey, before I let you go, brother, let me ask you a question. What sense does it make that a Canadian, you said that's your man, and I'm just looking at facts. What sense does it make that a Canadian are spending more time across the border dealing with United States flags and all of that stuff and have not once spoken about Canada? Does that make sense to you, a logical, reasonable, rational thinking person? Does that make sense to you?
It don't, bro.
It don't make sense, brother. And we must fess up to the truth. It don't make sense. You are a citizen of Canada, yet you are speaking on U.S. issues. Whether you're right or wrong is neither here or there. What happens is you have a mental issue. You have to have a mental issue, a mental block, where you are so focused on USA business or United States business that you go so far left that you say, how you gonna tell me Canada ain't a part of the USA? That doesn't make sense. Is that what you teach your child? With that, my brother Diggy Ali Bey, I appreciate you calling. Come on with it.
I do not subscribe to driving without a license right now. It don't make sense.
You said that like 3 times.
Thank you.
He's climbing, my man.
Yeah, you better not. You better not, because guess what you're going to do, brother?
Get shot.
And if you don't get shot, you be calling brother to RvBey and saying, brother, I done drank the Kool-Aid. Come get me out. And I'm going to come down North Carolina and get you out. Don't worry about it. But I ain't going to do it twice. Peace and love, fam. And let me tell you something. I know that brother. I didn't know it was him when he first called, but I helped that brother to settle a major conflict. And he just met me through Facebook. He was up against a major financial conflict, and I helped the brother settle it. Now, and that's, I think, why the brother's headed to the temple. I think that's why. because he's seen more signs demonstrated to me. Through me. I didn't put him in no danger. I actually got him out of some danger behind the scene. And that's my brother. And that's why I say, if he do drink the punch and end up getting in trouble, I help him out one time. I go down to North Carolina to get him out one time. But after that, I think I don't know good punch no more. That punch ain't right. Y'all know that punch ain't right. You know what I mean? But and let me read some of these lines. They say the temple shouldn't be about church and hymns either. Shot callers. Last time you've been to the temple, brother, go on my page, Tahaka Bouquet Bay. Brother, we should be singing in the church. And we should be singing in the temple. Why not? We are rhythmic people. You go to the club, don't you? How are you going to try to demonize something that uplifts people? No, it shouldn't all be about no singing. Of course not. You shouldn't be in there singing for 30, 45, 50 minutes. Of course not. However, you say you follow the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. If you say you do, I can show you where Prophet had sisters and groups and family singing in the temple. Why can't we just be ourselves? It's okay. It's okay. Stop trying to associate somebody singing in the temple with the life that you used to do or the life that our families still do. It's okay. It's not hurt nobody. But that can be on Friday. But on Sunday, you might want to learn some civics. On Monday, you might want to learn how to do some building. On Tuesday, you might want to learn something else. Wednesday, you might want to learn something else. But on Friday, Holy Day service, it's to lift your spirit up. We are a spiritual people and a rhythmic people, and we should get in tune with that. That's why people stay in the church today, because of that rhythm. Because of that rhythm. You know, and why can't we bring a pure form of that to the Moorish Science Temple of America? The Prophet Noble Drew Ali did it. And the reason why you don't know that, because you haven't studied the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Well, I have. I read the records where Sister Lomax Bey sings a beautiful song in the temple. I read it. I read the minutes. I'm pretty sure Lord Abba read them.
And you know something, just to add to what you're saying, as a person who is a musician, I'm an actual musician, play instruments and all of that, come from a line of musicians and everything. The music that they are complaining about that is in the church, that's our music. That's Moorish music.
Man, come on, brother.
That's Moorish music. That's music that our people developed out of the experiences that they've gone through in this country. That music is specifically Moorish American music.
Absolutely. And guess what? You can find it nowhere else on the planet Earth like we do it here in America. In America.
Facts.
You cannot find it nowhere else on the planet Earth. So why not we take it and templeize it, if that's a word.
What you say, Abba? What you say?
Yeah. But let's do this. In closing, I want to say this. First of all of these people that's running around being grand sheiks and being sheiks and teaching our people, all we ask is that you lead them in the right direction. That's it. If something, the rule of thumb is, if something has the potential to harm, you might want to leave it alone. If it has the potential, just the potential, leave it alone. And try to find, and see this, and I agree with my brother, I agree with my brother Grimion L. This a lot of the blame falls on temple, quote unquote, Moors. Because we have sit back before me and before everybody on this panel, we have sit back and watched this stuff play out. Very few people spoke out against it. And as I always say, when they did, they intellectualized disrespect. Our Prophet Noble Drew Ali been disrespected by people putting these labels and titles on it and calling it more science. Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a simple man. He came with simple truths. You don't need a law degree to drive. You don't need a law degree to understand what a Moorish American Muslim is. You really don't. You have to live the life, unite with your people, and then we can build something concrete to move forward. Pamphlet and books writing is good, but that doesn't build a nation. That's a small little part of the nation. With that, my brother Gideon L, start it off for me, brother. In closing, what you have to say to the people, brother?
Peace and blessings, brother, man. At this point, more, I know we covered a lot of information. My thing is, like I said that, the various sheiks, of these temples, I make a suggestion, the grand sheiks take a survey and the grand governors, take a survey, in they in their temples and things of that nature, and see, who really believes this stuff, and who supports these ideas, man. Because you have a lot of these people who read this stuff and believe in this stuff, and they actually hide in your temple. And one thing that we're gonna have to do is, our grand sheiks, man, from giving a silent wink, if you will, or winking the eye at this stuff, because there's a lot of that stuff going on out there too. Because now it's not just Moorish fringe groups like the Round Table Moors and this Moor, the Clock of this, and so on and so forth, right? Temples, man, where people are sneaking this little information off. They'll sneak a little jurisdiction question here, and kind of like almost trying to mail this information in a lot of these temples. And this is no exaggeration. Some of these temples were founded by people who were from other disaffected organizations who joined the Moorish Science Temple of America, bringing this stuff in there. So we really have a time right now in that regard. And also to touch on what my brother L was saying, and the people really don't take this serious, but the brother made a good point, man. There's a lot of mentally ill people out there in the so-called conscious community. So it's easy for mentally ill people to accept information that's far wide stretched, and it's easy for them to accept and take that information in and propagate that information. So there are a lot of they got a lot of so-called black in the community. So we have to take that into consideration when these people start accepting these doctrines and so on and so forth. Mental illness. A lot of these people are insane. So, brother, man, I say, follow Noble Drew Ali. Let's get some work done. We not agents. Obey the law. Follow the prophet. Divine constitution and bylaws. I mean, it's just simple, man. And, let's do some real. I'm going to say this, and I'm done. Stand up and be a man. You're going to work every day, paying bills, taking care of children, you dealing with situations at work, holding their breaths or whatever for the purposes of taking care of their family, going to being a faithful husband, a faithful member of society. Man, we are, man, brothers, particularly like the brothers in Ali's, man, all the brothers, man, man, we out doing real grown man stuff. These guys out there talking about some I don't want to drive without no driver's license. Something that's just driver's license. How does that hurt you? How does being a man, going to work, starting a business, man, just do some real man stuff and then follow the dictates, man, of the holy breath, man. I'm done, man. Peace.
Brother Loal, you there, my brother?
Islam, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir, my brother.
I'm just gonna end with, one of the things that these sovereign citizen Moors use all of the time is y'all don't study. Y'all don't study. Then we will drop like 12, 13 links full of information, proving that we actually do study and we do research and we do write, but they don't study. What is the, I heard Kudjo and Brother Tahaka, and I heard him say that he doesn't drive, he travels. So, well, what is the origin of this terminology that I don't drive, I travel? The origin of this very terminology.
Talk about it, brother. Where it come from?
It comes from the Europeans, and you showed that on the website and breaking down the claims from RvBey publication, the court case that they cited when they was going at me and Brother Ali Bey. Well, we went and we dug up the court case where it says that the police have no, arresting power or something to that. The court case says absolutely nothing about that. Somebody took something out of a case that had to do with police jurisdiction or something of that effect in the state of Florida, dealing with some hotel and arresting somebody in the hotel. I believe they were selling drugs. We just did a quick screen through the link of the case and just laughed at it because it was ridiculous. But the fact that so many people are easily fooled by this misinformation shows, and this is a claim that I repeat over and over and over again, that we are still, as a people, 50 and 60 years behind insofar as intellectualism is concerned. If the conscious people, right? If the conscious people can get on Vlad TV, let's just say it, say things like or insinuate that Prophet Muhammad never existed and that Islam or religion is the biggest destroyer of our community. And if these are our conscious people, where in the world are we heading as a people intellectually? So I want those of you who are on the gate, particularly about Lord Abba, to understand why I've been fighting this fight for the past couple of years. And I'm not ever going to stop fighting this fight until we win. And so with that, I'm going to say peace.
Peace and love. Well, my brother Ali Bey, are you there?
Yeah, Islam, I'm here, bro. I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, in closing, I just want to say this because one of the words that keeps coming up is civics. They think that they're learning civics, but they're not learning civics. They're confusing sovereign citizen pseudo-legal tactics and jargon for civics. That's not civics. That's anti-civic. It is anti-civic. It's anarchist and it's anti-civic. It is not about the rights and the responsibilities of citizenship, which is what civics is. And just to reiterate, when the Prophet established the temple, he established it as a civic organization. And in the Moorish Leader's Historical Message to America, he mentions that, and he talks about the fact that he did so with the purpose of teaching the things that was necessary to make the members better citizens. Okay, so understand all of this anti-citizen stuff that you're talking about is obviously not in line with the Prophet's mission statement, of his mission statement that speaks to making the members better citizens, and you don't understand what civics is. Otherwise, you wouldn't be talking anti-civics at the same time. You don't understand it. And so as much as you want to say that we don't study or we need to study and all of this stuff like that, and I put this challenge out there last time. Everything that you guys are saying in terms of what y'all think is law or the right way to do things, we're stepping on it. We've been stepping on it for the past, I don't know how long. We're stepping on everything that you're presenting academically, and you can't refute it. Now, here's the challenge that I want to put out. I put it out last week. On the last show, I want to put it out again. I would challenge everybody in Taj Tariq Bey land to produce one court case of Taj Tariq Bey where he's gone into court, argued any of these arguments, whether it's right to travel, whether it's the right to not pay taxes, whether it's the right to not be subject to the statutes of any state, whatever argument that you all want to make, delegation of authority orders, anything, show one court case where your leader, Grand Sheik, whatever you think he is to you, has gone into court, made these arguments, successfully argued it. And when I mean successfully argued them, the court acknowledged what he was saying as legitimate, accepted it, and ruled in his favor. Show a document supporting these ideas from Taj Tariq Bey. Just one case from your own leader. Because if your own leader if you can't produce that kind of thing from your own leader, I don't know what the hell make you think you're going to do it.
Exactly. Well, with that being said, we about to get up out of here because we ain't got too much to talk about anymore. And again, hold on, let me do this real quick because I want people to see this. Family, although I will be producing.
We didn't talk about Yasin Bey. We didn't talk about Yasin Bey and how he got put on the undesirable. Oh man, they put him on the undesirable persons list in South Africa. There was a brother who wanted to debate me. Abba, you know who it is. He wanted to debate about whether or not the world passport was a legitimate passport and so forth, and he wanted to argue that Yasin Bey was doing the right thing because he was, he's a moral and blah blah blah, right? So now, I tried to tell the brother, no, he's not doing the right thing, and they want to make the arguments that the world passport has been accepted in different places. Yeah, it's been accepted the same way bogus driver's licenses may be accepted at the club door.
Few people will slip through. That's not a success.
But that's not. It's like you go into the club with a bogus driver's license, and the security dude lets you through because he don't really give a flying fade about whether or not it's bogus, or he just didn't catch it. Oh, you understand what I'm saying? But that's not the policy of the club. The same way it's not the policy of any nation to accept the world passport as a legitimate form of a passport. So the bottom line is that guy put himself and his family in the position of being considered stateless individuals with no protection from any nation. He's very, very lucky. He's very lucky that he was able to come back to the United States. Exactly. Okay, but they put that man on an undesirable persons list in South Africa and banned him for the rest of his life from ever coming back there. What did the prophet say will cause you to be considered an undesirable in society? What did the prophet say about being considered undesirable?
Oh, basically, living under names and principles that delude to slavery, first and foremost. And not answering up to your Americanism, to sum it up. You can't roam the earth as a citizen of the world. There are artificial boundaries all over the planet. You can't. I say this all the time as well. You can't make these sovereignty arguments anywhere else but in the United States of America, basically, where you have the First Amendment right to make these frivolous type of arguments that the judges is just going to throw out anyway.
No doubt. So there you have another example of a person following these kinds of ideologies, like what they espouse, and then messed around and got himself put on the damn undesirable list, banned for life from a country for no good reason. It wasn't even for no real good reason. He just did it because he frustrated like everybody else, and I get it, but come on, man. The facts keep presenting themselves, and it's